Hello, I'm Jonathan Pierce with Pierce Performance, and we're back for this week's edition of the Performance Tip. This week we're focusing on how to build back our hip extension. So if we lose hip extension, a lot of other problems can occur in running gait, in lifting, in any sort of day-to-day function you want to do, really, from walking upstairs to running across the street. So if you found from your home assessment that we did a few weeks ago that you have poor hip extension, you know it's harder to push your leg back off the table, your glute doesn't squeeze as well, you may have more back pain, you may not feel very strong when you're trying to lift or when you're picking something up off the floor. So to build that back, we're going to do three key things. One is a quad stretch, prone on the ground, and I use this myself every time I go to the gym to get started. I do this exercise to make sure that my hips, my pelvis, and my spine are all strong and integrated and have the mobility that they need. And then I can kind of proceed with the rest of my workout. It's a prone quad stretch with spinal and pelvic motion. Then we're going to do a psoas myofascial stretch, and we do the psoas myofascial stretch a lot with almost all the cases we see in here, because most of us either train a lot and have a very active lifestyle where we do a lot of work, which in time makes the psoas hypertonic or tight, or we also sit, drive cars, work at desks, things like that a lot, and that causes the psoas to become shortened over time and pairs with a lot of maladies, including back pain, reduced strength and power in your hip, poor running performance, lower leg injuries, many other items. So, and then finally we'll do today an eagle series. So the eagle drill is just a simple kind of warm-up drill that you've seen probably before, but with this we're targeting kind of the integration of the hip again with the spine. And so spinal mechanics really go hand in hand with the function of the hip. So we're going to do a prone eagle and a supine eagle. They're similar, but they are nice stretches. They feel really good. People enjoy doing them, and it's the kind of thing where you can make a nice little change in maybe 10 repetitions and then get on with your activity for the day. I often do them off the plane when I get to the hotel. So that's a good example of a nice little series to build back some of our lost hip extension that you may have found yourself. So anytime you have any tightness or problems with your anterior part of your body, you can always fall back on this series, and I'm guessing that in many cases you'll get some good improvement. Thanks very much for watching, and looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. This is the prone quad stretch, and in this we're also learning to have the separation of the hips. So one hip is doing something completely different than getting into extension. We're going to use this to help build extension on whichever side you're deficient. You can do it on both sides. One side may be tighter, you do more reps on that side. So Ryan's going to go ahead and bring this leg up to the abduction. So this rests on the floor, and then I want him to try to be as flat here as he can be. Okay, go ahead, Ryder, bend your knee and reach back with your right arm. Grab your shin a little lower. Good. Pull your toes up. Good. And he's trying to lay his knee right behind his hip and pull the heel to his butt. Once he's there, then he's going to introduce a little bit of a lean to the left. So he's going to open this side of his torso and lean over here. You might even put your hand over here in push-up position and help get traction. There you go. So you're squeezing your glute the whole time, squeezing your hamstring, and he can move out of it, rest, and then move back over. And he should be trying to reach this knee away every time a little bit more. Good. Very nice. And back to neutral. One more time, lean away. Good, lean away, and go. Good. Excellent. Squeezing the glute the whole time. This is going to be the psoas myofascial stretch. One of the best ways to impress change to hip extension, the ability to get the hip into better extension, is to treat the psoas for most of us that spend any time in cars, sitting, and working. So also runners and cyclists, people that are really active in those activities, get tight here. So we're going to demonstrate that. Go ahead, Ryan, and bring one foot up to flat. Okay, so the down leg is the stretching leg. So we're stretching this hip flexor here. He's going to start by centering his hip right above his knee He's going to contract the glute very strongly. He's going to push this hip down so his hips are level. I don't want to see it hiked up way higher than the other side. Squeeze this glute, very good. Now he's going to reach his hand in front, and he's going to push the palms of his hands towards you, okay? In doing that, he's also going to lift his rib cage. So the rib cage lifts away from the hips, so we're creating space in the joint as we stretch the tissue that runs across the joint. Squeezing the glute, pressing the knee into the floor, lifting very strongly the ribs. Nice tall posture, tall head. You can't see his head, but he has a nice strong posture to the ceiling. And he might even get a little bit of traction in this foot pulling to help him drive this hip up and stretch it more. Very good. You can also see this foot is outside of the body, and that's important that this foot kind of lies out. He's in a little bit of internal rotation there. Very good. All right, this is the final couple exercises to help with hip extension. We're going to do prone and supine eagles. With this exercise, you're getting some movement in the pelvis, and you're also affecting the back and the spine. So you treat the whole thing as a complex. And a lot of times we lose hip extension also because of how our SI joint gets stuck, or how tight we are in our back. So we're going to address that all at once. We're going to do supine eagle first. You're going to lie here on your back, arms stretched out, and just hold the floor nice and solidly. And then you're going to swing up and just kind of try to get your leg to swing as far as it'll go. You're switching. You're switching pretty quickly. You're going one side to the other. Good. After that's done, we'll do a prone eagle, which is very similar but on your stomach. The goal with the prone eagle is that you're trying to touch your heel to your opposite hand. So you're really reaching as far as you can, just as you don't do when you do the supine.